At this point, I think we've praised Assassin's Creed Origins quite a fair bit, so I suppose it's only fair that we take a look at some of the points in Assassin's Creed Origins that could do with improving, that could do with criticising, and we explain them off. So in this video, we're going to be going over 5 bad things in Assassin's Creed Origins. Of course, this will all be in my opinion, so do bear that in mind before you get angry and go to the comment section. I would also like to deliver a quick spoiler warning just in case I divulge in any spoilers. I would also like to give a disclaimer that I really like Assassin's Creed Origins. I know that if I didn't say that, somebody would go to the comments to call me a hater. Somebody probably will anyway, but now they'll look like an idiot. So now all of that riffraff is out of the way, let's actually get into the video. To start off with, we have a little bit of a nitpick towards the sense of discovery that the game tries to create. At certain points it can feel ever so slightly forced, because when you go to a new area you'll see question marks marked on the map. When you get close to the treasure, your compass will tell you the treasure is nearby, so most of the time you'll know something is here before you actually find it. I get having question marks for locations is helpful. That's fine, that's good and all that, but we don't really need map markers for things like treasure. This will make finding it all so much more fun and interesting, and at the same time feel rewarding, because you haven't been handheld to find that treasure. The next issue is odd pacing at certain parts of the story. The story has some great content, but the pacing feels off in certain places, such as at the beginning and the ending. At the beginning, everything feels a tad fast, almost as if they want to rush us into the open world as quickly as possible, and at the ending it feels as if a lot of story potential has been crammed into about 30 minutes of gameplay. At these points in the story, the content is not the issue, because what's there is really good, but this presentation does feel a little bit lacking to me. I get that they probably didn't want the ending to be like a massive quest chain that you can't break, because those can be annoying, but sometimes that does do better things for the story than just having everything crammed into 30 minutes. Like I said about the beginning, it tries to rush us into the open world. Now I get that because they want to thrive on the open world in the game. At the beginning, it would have been a lot better had it been a bit slower, had we actually got attached to Bayek's motives a little bit more before they were fully laid out. Bayek's motives were completely relatable, understandable and likeable, and they were done quite well, but the foundation wasn't laid out in the best way possible, and had it been, it would have been probably even more rewarding to go through the story. Next up, we have the issue that a lot of characters aren't memorable. Bayek was a brilliant character, sure, but had he not been as good, we probably would have noticed the supporting cast a little bit more, and by that I mean we would have noticed the lack of memorability. The issue isn't that they're particularly bad. Characters like Foxidas and so on certainly had the potential to leave a mark, but because we spend so little time with these characters, they aren't particularly memorable as a result. There are certain exceptions to this here, but most side characters aren't present for long enough for me to grow attached to them, which definitely plays into a big criticism that I had about the game. My next issue is of course the microtransactions. Now, they aren't shoved in your face and I appreciate that, but going onto the store, you will see that they are charging insulting prices for hardly anything. You want this cool shield or this cool mount? Well, that's £4 of real money. You want this gear pack that includes a mount and 4 weapons? Oh, well that's £8. You want this pack of 3 weapons, a mount and an outfit? Well that's £12. They aren't even outright about it, they dress it up with the currency of Helix credits that you have to buy with real money to get them. It's almost as if they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes, but nah, I see through that. The moral of the story is microtransactions are evil. They damage any game that they're in. And our final criticism for today is that the modern day was a little bit lacking. Now the modern day in Origins is a huge improvement from what we saw in disasters like Unity or Syndicate, but I still feel as if it could be better. We barely know the new protagonist Layla, and the game makes no effort to let us get to know her, as we are forced to leave the Animus a total of about 4 times I think, for mere minutes each. So I'm not too sure about the character of the modern day protagonist, but it did set up a sequel, and I'm hopeful that this was just easing us into a much better modern day in the next game. And I mean, the modern day does start to get interesting towards the end, but then the game ends. I'm not saying that the little modern day section here was bad, all I'm saying is it could have been better and there were disappointing factors to it, such as its lacking presence. It could have definitely been better. But there you have it everybody, those are 5 bad things in Assassin's Creed Origins, or things that could have been better is probably a more accurate way to go about it. 5 criticisms, I'm debating the title in my head, 5 bad things, whatever. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I'm always eager to see what you guys think, because that's important here. Get involved in the discussion and etc. And I'll see you all very soon in another video at some point.